In part 2 of our series on the Menendez brothers, we detail the growing tension between the boys and their father, Jose. We'll discuss the grisly crime scene where Jose and Kitty's bodies were found shot to pieces, and we'll look at the erratic behavior of Lyle after their deaths, as well as the bizarre confession from Erik. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. The biggest question surrounding tonight's episode is the same one potential patrons are asking themselves prior to subscribing. So stick around. As Shakespeare would say, to pay or not to pay? That is the question. This is Necronomipod.
No signs of a break-in or a burglary. Only the bodies of entertainment executive Jose Menendez and his wife Kitty in the family TV room, torn by shotgun blast that one of the neighbor kids heard.
It sounded like...
Their college-age sons, 19-year-old Erik and 22-year-old Lyle, said they found the bodies after a night at the movies, but new evidence, ranging from records of the family psychologist to a movie script about a rich kid who kills his parents, now indicates the brothers did it.
Cleveland's watchdog.
We're not talking about recyclables. We're talking raw garbage.
Investigating your concerns.
How do you even know what we're...
Keep the f***
He won't back down.
I'm trying to be fair to you. I don't want to... I'm trying to be fair to you too, Mr. Monday.
Now, for the next hour, it's the best of Carl Monday.
Can you imagine if that was our show? Just for the next hour, we do the best of Carl Monday. The listeners win at that point.
Everybody wins at
That's
that
a
point.
big win.
We haven't talked about our friend Carl Monday in a while. Our local hero, Carl Monday.
He is a hero.
He is a hero.
I wish that one day I can rock a trench coat as well as he does.
Do you think he wears it all the time?
I hope so.
I think he put it down when he retired.
Oh, he retired the microphone and he turned in his trench coat?
I think he did. I think he's wearing Bermuda shorts, and I don't think he's spending winters in Cleveland anymore.
You keep up on him. Where is he going living now?
I don't know. I suspect he doesn't live here in the winter, though.
A few months ago, you sent us a random picture of him with like a fan at a bar. And I responded back, Dave, are you just randomly looking up photos of Carl Monday? And you're like, it's a good question. Yes, I am.
It was on his Instagram page. It's a good dude, Carl.
He's a badass dude. But it's the 40th anniversary or something of you explain it, Dave. We weren't alive.
It's the from 1984, 40th anniversary, right around today, of the greatest Carl Monday clip where he approaches City Council President George Forbes about his unpaid water bill. George Forbes is not very happy about it, and got a great interaction with Carl. I got two clips here.
So go ahead.
All right, the first clip is Carl approaching and asking the initial question to George. George answers him, and he walks in like city council chambers, and I think he rethinks it. He's a little pissed off. Then he comes back out. We've got part 2 of the clip where he's got a little bit more to say to Carl about his very rude questioning.
And so at the time, there was a lot of people not paying their water bills, and their water was getting shut off.
Correct.
George Forbes was not paying his water bill, and his water was not shut off.
No.
And old Mr. Monday believed there might have been some tomfoolery going on.
100%.
So he's going to get to the bottom of it, as a good investigative journalist does.
That's right.
Because Clevelanders deserve to know this is their city council president. Maybe using his overreaching with his power and his authority to keep his water on.
One might think that even the city council president, if he did not pay his water bill, should also have his water shut off.
I think Carl asked him that.
I believe he does. Here's the first clip.
Listen, Wrangler. George, you got 1 second? I just want to ask you a question. We're doing a story on I'm collecting overdue bills for the city. You notice the number of councilmen haven't paid their water or sewer bills yet.
Cash flow problem.
Is that why you haven't paid yours?
I didn't know it wasn't paid, but that's...
Well, it's about a year since you paid a water or sewer bill. According to almost $500.
It's a long ways from 2,000 over at one time.
So you say you are paying off your bill?
No, I didn't say that.
But it says here you haven't paid your bill in a year.
That's what you said. I'm not aware of that. No big problem, you know. City ain't gonna go bankrupt.
Well, don't you think it's a bad example to set?
No, I do not. I don't have the money.
You don't have money to pay a $400 water bill?
I do not have the money, okay? Did you hear me?
Well, in a time of austerity,
Just a minute.
don't you think it's...
How much you owe?
We owe $440.
I do not have the money.
You say you don't have money to pay your bill.
Did you hear me?
But your water's still on, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, don't you think your water should be turned off if you're not paying your bill?
No, it should not be.
He walked away from him into the...
He stays so calm.
Yeah.
Carl, and he's just like matter-of-factly just asking, like he's hanging out with a buddy.
Yeah. George Forbes is back in those days, a legendary Cleveland political figure. There's another incident of him throwing a chair across the room at somebody, I think, in a city council meeting, something like that. But he was a character, George Forbes.
Seems like it.
I think he went into chambers and he gave it a second thought. He's like,
stewed a little bit and got hot. Like, this little fucking dweeb is out there asking me these questions.
He's like, that's not what I said.
He comes out ready to fight.
Oh, yeah. So here's the conclusion of...
Well, Carl made him look real dumb.
Just by asking
he did.
rational questions in a calm, gentle tone.
Like, he got that guy to say that, no, your water shouldn't be turned off if you don't pay your bill.
Yeah. Meanwhile, literally other Clevelanders' water was getting shut off daily.
Mm-hmm.
So, like 5 years from this time period, George Forbes ran for mayor and he lost. And a lot of people think it had something to do with this.
He claims so as well.
Yeah, with this profanity-laced diatribe he's about to go on here that we're about to listen to. It's classic George Forbes. Here's the rest of this.
And one of these days, you're going to come corner me and I'm going to kick your ass. Okay? And one of the days, you're going to corner me and I'm going to kick your ass.
Well, don't you think that's a legitimate question, George? I mean, you're not the only
counselor.
You're not the only counselor.
Wait a minute. I gave you a legitimate answer. You asked me about my water bill. What did I tell you?
Said you didn't have the money. But your water's still on, isn't it?
Now, that was my fucking answer to you.
But I don't think everybody has that luxury of having their water
tough shit. Okay, now, one of these days you're going to corner me and I'm going to kick your ass. Now, keep fucking with me, okay? Now, I'm telling you, keep fucking with me.
You're not the only one, George.
I'm not talking about anybody else but you. Now, I gave you a goddamn answer.
And I asked you a follow-up question.
I gave you a fucking answer. Now, one of these days, I'm going to kick your fucking ass. And it might be this goddamn one. Now, you got your fucking answer. Now, get out of my goddamn face.
Thank you.
Okay. I ain't bullshitting with you. Now, I'll take that fucking camera and wrap it around your goddamn head. Now, one of these days, you're going to grab me with the wrong fucking minute. Now, I gave you my fucking answer, okay?
Okay.
We gotta meet. I ain't bullshitting with you. We gotta meet. Now, you scared him, but I'll kick your goddamn ass, boy. I ain't bullshitting with you. We gotta meet. Son of a bitch. Now, you hang around with me if you want. Now, you think I'm bullshitting with you.
Son of a bitch.
So two things on that. One, I like how he threatens to kick his ass and says, no, get the fuck out of my face. He came back into Carl's face.
He did.
It was over.
Yeah.
Two, in that little update documentary, they almost make it seem like Forbes didn't know when he came back out that the camera was still running.
Thought it was off the record, maybe?
Carl just goes, we told him just to keep running the tape. We didn't know what was going to happen.
Like, this is going to be good.
So I don't know if Forbes knew that camera was on or not, but they made it seem like he didn't know.
Yeah.
Not making an excuse, just saying, maybe he thought it was off and can get away with more.
And then Carl Monday won an Emmy, I believe, for all this water bill reporting and stuff. And George Forbes always felt that he deserved the Emmy.
Yeah.
instead of Carl.
That's not how that works.
So it's like a clip of that meeting like years later, and Carl brings George Forbes the Emmy.
Yeah, he gives it to him.
He gives it to him.
Forbes loved it. He thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. He was a funny guy, George Forbes. So good stuff. Carl almost got his ass whooped at Cleveland City Hall.
I mean, he must have said about 15 times. I'm going to whoop your ass. Oh. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks.
He has a lot of balls just walking up to people.
He does,
like
man.
That one with that cop that was just chilling at home on the clock.
Yeah.
Like, he just straight up walked up and knocked on that guy's door.
He's like he didn't get shot.
I know.
In his mind, he's like, that would have made for great TV.
Yeah, right. Get another Emmy.
He don't want an Emmy.
Yeah.
Posthumously.
And then he shot me through the door.
Here's news clips from my funeral held just last Tuesday. As you can see, several thousands of people showed up to mourn my loss. But the real losers here are the Cleveland police.
With maniacs on their payroll like the one that killed me. How can Clevelanders ever feel safe?
Stop. We can't talk about him dying. That's not okay. I won't sleep tonight.
I have one make good from last week, if you'll indulge me. We talked about the shooting and skiing. I called it the decathlon. Obviously, that means 10, and the correct event is the biathlon, which means 2. So, slip of my tongue.
Decathlon could have meant the total distance they had to go. Could have just went 10 miles and shot bow and arrow. But okay.
Biathlon.
All right. Real weird fucking Olympic event.
Really weird. And Mike, several people let us know the character you couldn't remember with the movie, John Speedwick. That's the movie we wrote. We were talking about it last week. You couldn't remember. John Speedwick.
Yeah. But what was the movie? What was the
That's the
whole
character,
premise?
John Speedwick.
I know that. That was going to be the name of the movie, Speedwick. But I don't remember what was the movie about.
Well.
We had a whole story. John Speedwick. That fucking is awesome. That's a good name for a movie.
I have a question for you. We buried Jose last week, more or less. Is it fair to say that not all, but most of that most of those accusations / stories came from the boys who were trying to beat a murder rap? I mean, some of them are corroborated with other family members and stuff, but for the most part, it's their word, right?
Yeah, obviously Jose can't defend himself, and neither can Kitty.
Well, like Ian said last week, like nobody came to his defense in any testimony. They couldn't find anyone to speak good of him.
Yeah. I just think it's fair to note that, all those stories came from the boys who were trying to portray him in the worst light possible in order to beat a murder rap. So something we should take into consideration, I think, as we're not to say they're not all true, but just, in fairness to the truth.
Where we left off on part 1, Lyle and Erik Menendez had gotten caught breaking into houses in Calabasas and stealing $100,000 worth of jewelry and cash. To avoid jail time, Erik took all the blame since he was a minor. Erik was 17 at the time and Lyle was 20. Their father, Jose, paid one of the victims $11,000 in cash to replace the items that the brothers had pawned off. On their way home, according to the brothers, Jose made it very clear that if they embarrassed him like that again, he would kill both of them. At that point, the family moved to a huge mansion in Beverly Hills due to the embarrassment and word spreading around. There was no way that Jose was just going to stay behind in Calabasas. And because you talked about Jose being like we said, not being here to defend himself, this threat of killing the boys, that is coming from them.
Yeah.
That's the only people that's coming from, and you have to take their word for it that it was a real threat, that they truly believed what he was saying.
Okay.
You have to take their word for that. He could have never said those words.
Yeah, right. I just, wanted to point out that it's one side of the story we're getting here.
Yep. I think it's fair to at least point out.
Fast forward a year or so to the summer of 1989. At this point, Lyle was 21 and Erik was 18 years old. We talked about it in part 1. Jose was right at the very top of live entertainment. And just an example of how important Jose was to the company, they invested in a key man life insurance policy that would guarantee that if Jose died, the company would continue operating without worrying about going under or having any real issues. That policy was worth $15 million. Live also purchased a personal policy for Jose's family that was worth $5 million.
Don't tell your kids that.
Well,
they don't need to know how much your life insurance policy is worth. And also, we purchased a Keyman life insurance policy for Declan, Cool Down Media, for $100 so we could get through the 2 months of not having him around until we found a replacement.
That can get us 6 months based on the work Declan's done. Send your resumes in. We'd love to replace him and just fucking bury him out back. I'd fucking do it, man. I fantasized about this. I'd go straight casino style, the way they do Pesci.
Oh my god!
Fucking just beat him until he's still breathing, still alive, and just fucking bury him alive.
In this tighty whities.
Oh, well, he does wear tighty whities, all fucking poop stained. I don't think I want to strip him, but oh man.
You take him down to your house to bury him in the backyard? 'Cause
No, we'll find a spot.
I don't want my tomato plants being fertilized by dead Declan.
We'll find a good spot.
All right.
Fucking put him in the trunk, like in Goodfellas. We'll do a little Goodfellas, little casino. Put him in the trunk, fucking stab him a few times. Take him out to the country. Keep him just alive enough that he knows he's being buried alive, but is so weak he can't do anything about it. I'm half chubbed right now.
Jeez. You're a sadist.
We just need to replace him first. So we'll find somebody.
Have him train as
Come to this friendly work environment. You'll be so loved and cared for. It's positivity all around. Unless you fuck up and we'll bury you alive.
Jesus.
Once school let out for the summer in 1989, Lyle flew back from Princeton, and even though for most of that semester he had help with his homework from his friend Donovan Godot, he was hovering right above failing. So Lyle was put on academic probation.
This dumb motherfucker's got someone doing his homework. He still can't pass.
Well, that Donovan Godot guy, that's who he was really close with. And Jose didn't, according to everybody, Jose didn't love that idea.
Yeah.
But he didn't mind Donovan because Donovan would do Lyle's homework.
Someone's got to do it. Kitty's not around to do it. Can you imagine that he's taking up a spot at Princeton for some, someone who deserves to be there. It's fucking douche.
Mm-hmm. You wonder how much of that goes on, really?
Yeah.
We talked about that last week, I think.
We did, yeah. Legacy people. Rich people, legacy people.
Lyle was also in trouble with Princeton for a bunch of pool tables that got wrecked during a party that he threw. He was in some trouble for drunk driving and got his license suspended. He got the Menendez's country club membership at Princeton taken away because he and Donovan went out in golf carts and just started doing donuts and stuff, tore up the course. Then on top of all that, his girlfriend, who he wanted to marry, but Jose wouldn't allow it, got pregnant. According to Lyle, Jose pushed for an abortion and gave Lyle's girlfriend $100,000 to have the abortion. After that, Lyle was forbidden to speak to her again.
$100,000, not bad.
Not a bad payout.
Not bad at all.
Being forced to have an abortion, maybe not so great.
What's an abortion? $800 back then?
I
had $99,000 left. Not too shabby.
Never mind the emotional trauma.
Well, yeah. You really want to have that douche Kyle or Lyle's kid? Come on. She made the right call.
Weren't they together for a while, though? Was this the one, or am I mixing that up with Erik?
They went to Europe and played tennis.
Yeah.
Same person, right?
Is it? Yeah. Clearly, she liked him.
Yeah.
She kept coming back, even though her father did everything in his fucking power to get rid of her.
Let's be honest. She dodged a bullet, right?
Well, of course, she ended up dodging a bullet. Come on. But at the time, she didn't know that.
Erik wasn't in any trouble that summer. He had just graduated from Beverly Hills High School.
Saved by the Bell.
Beverly Hills 90210 theme song. Beverly Hills High School. No? Anybody? Bueller?
Don't like that one either.
I never watched that show.
I know of it. I've not heard. I would not have guessed that. I did not.
Maybe he went to school with Brandon and Dylan and Donna and
they all
Kelly.
sound like rich fucks. Hi, my name's Dylan. Okay.
All right. That was a fail. Never mind.
Other people will get that. Not us.
For the first couple months of summer, Erik competed in various tennis tournaments, In August, he came back to Beverly Hills to get ready for college. Erik had been accepted into UC Berkeley, but Jose made him go with UCLA because they had a better tennis program.
And he was right there to keep an eye on him.
Yeah. Regardless of Erik not being in any trouble, Jose allegedly told both of them that he was going to write them out of his will and they would get nothing. The last will that Jose made was in 1980, and it said that in the event that Jose and Kitty both died, everything would be left to Lyle and Erik. So now Jose threatened to give them nothing, and that was corroborated by Jose's brother-in-law, Carlos Baralt. Carlos said that he and Jose had talked about writing Lyle and Erik out of the will. And Carlos left that conversation believing that it was a done deal, that both brothers had been written out.
Well, who would get the money then?
I don't know.
What are those fellas going to do?
Let's be honest. He had a lot of kids.
You think there were other illegitimate kids that he was going to send that money to?
He was having a lot of cheating going on. He probably was taking care of quite a few families.
It could be something of that.
He did have a lot of affairs.
Yeah.
I think we touched on that last week.
Yeah. A lot of that going on.
Well, it's not like Lyle and Erik would ever be able to support themselves. They don't know what it's like in the real world. What would happen to those boys?
I don't.
Come on, Jose. No
Based
way,
on
Jose.
this,
No
it
way.
does not sound like Jose would care.
You're right, Mike. He's an uncaring individual.
So it seems.
The brothers say that they don't care about being written out of the will. They didn't believe. Well, that's what they say. They didn't believe Jose would do that.
So they were calling his bluff.
Yeah, and they already had a very high spending limit. One of the examples was that each of them had a $250,000 credit card from Jose. So I can see there being some truth to that, maybe, that they're like, yeah, he's not going to write us out of the fucking will. We carry around like $500,000.
Yeah. Can you imagine that?
We give Declan $2.50 a week. So
He's got to save up 2 weeks to get a pop in and chips.
yeah, well, come on. Those are delicacies.
Food is a delicacy, Declan.
Well, that kind of good food. He can have old Cheez-Its and fucking Dasani bottled water.
Dasani is the worst one.
I don't like it. That's why I give it to him.
We talked about the abuse last week handed out by Jose, and we'll talk about more next week, different allegations and things. But there seemed to be something more going on in the house. Kitty had purchased 2 .22 rifles and kept them in her closet, as well as locking her bedroom door at night. She didn't just stop at the bedroom door either. Eventually, she took away Lyle and Erik's keys to the mansion, and they couldn't come home unless Kitty let them in. Something is causing that.
Yeah. Is that normal rich people behavior? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. After hearing this story and then hearing all this Vince McMahon news, like, I think rich people just live in their own bubbles. The world does not exist to them. They create their own worlds.
That's true.
So it's weird to us, but to them, it's like, oh, this is how we live.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. It's a different existence.
Exactly.
But locking the boys out of their own house, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Get them an apartment for a couple mil.
If you don't want them there, let them live in the beach house.
Yeah,
or the pool house, I mean.
But Jose
wants to keep
is
an eye on
very,
them.
very controlling.
Why was she locking them out, though? Was just because she was zannied up, or?
Again, this is what they said.
Yeah.
Well, I just didn't know if they said a reason why, if there was something that happened with them.
We talked on part 1 about how Kitty abused Xanax with alcohol and whatever else that she was on. She also had a psychiatrist. Part of Lyle and Erik's punishment for breaking into those houses was that they were required to undergo therapy. Kitty's psychiatrist recommended Dr. Jerome Oziel, which Jose had to have control of this setup, just like everything else. Erik was made to give Dr. Oziel permission to share everything with Jose, anything that was talked about during their sessions.
Oh, that's healthy. Sure. Good idea.
And Jose also coached Erik in what he was allowed to say during these sessions. Like, this is true. That Dr. Oziel guy testified to this stuff.
Okay. Was this guy like therapist to the stars or? Something like that, or just...
I don't know, really.
Yeah.
He's a very problematic person, to say the least. We're going to talk about him a lot in part 3. Through the trials, we know some of what was going on between Kitty and her therapist based on the therapist's notes. On July 19th, 1989, so it would be a month before the murders, Kitty told her therapist that she was worried about both brothers' mental states. Specifically, the note said that she feared that they were, quote, narcissistic, lacked consciences, and exhibited signs that they were sociopaths. On August 19th, 1989, the Menendez family rented a boat from Marina del Rey and went shark fishing. We'll talk about this day in more detail in part 3, and the captain of the ship corroborates all of this. The whole family seemed off. Lyle and Erik stayed at the front of the boat, huddled together the whole time. Even as the weather got really shitty, they got soaking wet, they just stayed together at the front of the boat, and they never fished. Jose and Kitty stayed in the cabin together the whole time, and neither of them fished. So, a shark fishing trip with no one fishing.
Boring.
The captain of the boat's just like, all right, I'm getting paid, I guess. Gonna get a nice suntan.
I've been shark fishing in the ocean. That's a lot of fun.
Man, I was just about to make a joke about how much money do you have to be able to go shark fishing. So this will be an Ian and I conversation.
You get on shore, they slice it up, you eat it raw right on the dock there immediately after it's out of the
Shark
water.
good?
Oh, it's delicious.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
So you're just eating it raw right on the beach?
Right out of the fish's belly. Yum, yum. It was not that expensive, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Sounds like it'd be pretty expensive. Sounds like a relative comment to me.
Kitty was also reportedly angry that there was a captain and crew. It sounds like she was under the impression that Jose would have been sailing, or maybe there was just going to be one captain and that's it. But that's according to Erik. So,
Were they all well trained in dealing with capturing sharks and then slicing them up? That she just expected, we'll handle this without a crew. I fucking wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't either. I just want to eat it.
Yeah, I just want to be at the after. I don't even want to catch it. Just bring it on shore. I'll eat that. I'll go catch it. I enjoy fishing. But
do you think they had planned to throw both boys overboard and suddenly they had a captain on board and they couldn't do it?
So we'll talk about it in part 3.
But did I stumble on something here?
That's what they're going to claim.
But why?
This is more than just this trip.
If Jose wanted his own boat to do that, then he would have done it, is my initial thought. Why would he even have somebody else on the boat? Clearly, this guy manipulated things to be the way he wanted. In this situation, he didn't.
If you know how to drive a boat, you can run a boat and you don't need a captain.
Right.
So if he wanted
Unless
to do
he was
that,
trying to make it look like an accident, like, we had a witness there. The boys fell overboard. Like,
all right, sure.
I think we're getting ahead, I'm getting ahead.
We'll wait till their accusations next week.
Yeah. We'll have the same conversation, except we won't because I won't remember a single thing that we just discussed.
If we believe it's just like that they weren't going to kill the boys and that this is just a fishing trip, it reminds me of that really kind of stuck up, shitty, rich family. Like everybody's throwing a temper tantrum.
That could be.
Like they're having a bad day, so they're like, fuck you. And they went and stayed at the front of the boat the whole time.
Yeah. Or George and Kitty got in a fight and they're pissy and sat inside, and Lyle and Erik didn't have enough cocaine,
right?
So they were in a pissy mood. They didn't want to fish because who knows?
Did you guys? We might have talked about this when I was watching. Did you guys watch Schitt's Creek?
No. I did.
I think it was hilarious, and it kind of reminds me of that, like a very well-off to-do family that loses their money and has to live in a motel in Schitt's Creek in what is it, Canada, right? I think it's a Canadian show. And they're just all pissy and whiny and moany about like having to live with the commoners. It's really fucking good. I think it's on Hulu. That's what it reminded me of when you said that.
I've heard that's real good.
On August 20th, 1989, Lyle and Erik got up early and practiced tennis. Afterwards, they watched some tennis on TV and then got cleaned up to go shopping at a fancy Beverly Hills mall.
Hoity-toity.
I can't even imagine living that life where like you have $500,000 on you.
Yeah. Right.
Like you're just going out to hang out for the day.
You're walking down Rodeo Drive like a pretty woman. You work on commissions, right? Big mistake. Huge.
That'd be quite nice. Man, I'd be fucking rolling up to that food court making it rain at Sbarro. Like, give me all those large pizzas.
Sbarro.
Fuck yeah, man.
Before heading out, Lyle left a message for their friend Perry Berman on his answering machine. Perry Berman was their former tennis coach and a friend of theirs. Lyle said that he wanted to get together that evening and he'd call again later. Perry heard this message at 1 p.m. and then called back. Jose answered the phone and told him that the brothers were out shopping at the Beverly Hills Center Mall. Lyle called Perry back around 5 p.m. and said that they should hang out that night. Perry said he was down to hang out, but he already had been planning to go to Taste of LA in Santa Monica, which was a big food festival.
Oh, that sounds good.
Perry said he was going with a friend of his, Todd Hall, but Lyle and Erik were more than welcome to join. Lyle said, all right, he and Erik were going to go to the movies first, and they'd be at the festival around 10 p.m. The brothers ate dinner at home, and around 8 p.m. they left to go to Westwood Village to see License to Kill. But they said that the lines were too long, so they went to Century Hill Mall to see Batman.
License to Kill, good movie.
Batman,
good movie.
Mm-hmm.
License to Kill, that's what? Hulk Hogan, Pamela Anderson, and John Voight, right?
No.
Excuse me.
That is incorrect.
Sorry. Took a shot.
It's Timothy Dalton's second movie is James Bond.
I did know it was a James Bond movie, actually. I would not have guessed Timothy Dalton. I don't think I would have guessed Timothy Dalton as a Bond.
Well, you would be wrong then. Was that so? That's Michael Keaton Batman, right? 89.
Yeah,
that was good shit.
I saw that at the theater.
I liked those first two Michael Keaton
good.
Batmans.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's the Michael Keaton 2, and then it's Christian Bale, that trilogy.
Oh yeah,
those are my Batmans.
Yeah,
I refuse to see anything else.
Not a George Clooney Batman.
I
guy?
saw the George Clooney, and then who was after him? Val Kilmer. I saw those like as a kid, but laughable. And then
I'm not going to go back and rewatch those ever again.
I don't even think I ever watched those.
I've seen Christian Bale's, obviously, and loved those. I will not watch the Ben Affleck. I know you guys like the Twilight dude ones, right?
I never watched that.
Which one?
Robert Pattinson Batman.
Oh, I
You
loved
said it was
it.
Those are
real good.
supposed
I
to be
liked it.
good.
I've still not seen that.
It was real good.
Christian Bale is my Batman right now. I'm not ready to move on yet.
I understand.
Give me a few decades before I get a new Batman.
I get it.
But yeah, I think maybe it was you then that said you really enjoyed it.
Yeah, he's a good Batman. Over at the Taste of LA around 10:20 p.m., Perry and Todd said fuck it and they left. Lyle and Erik never showed up. It didn't take very long for Perry to get home. It was like 15 minutes. He got into bed to go to sleep for the night when his phone rang, and it was Lyle. Perry asked, what happened? And Lyle told him that they got lost driving. It seems like such a stupid excuse.
Yeah, it's tough to find your way to Santa Monica.
Lyle said that he still wanted to meet and suggested the Cheesecake Factory. Perry said no, he was already in bed. But Lyle got really pushy about it. And Perry's like, fine. I'll go. Talk about an overrated place. I fucking hate Cheesecake
Terrible.
Factory. I know, it's so expensive.
I'm not sure I've ever eaten at a Cheesecake Factory. I took it, though, as they were just going to hang out at the bar.
I assume.
Yeah. I'm just saying it sucks.
I agree. Cheesecake Factory is awful.
I'm trying to think if I've ever been to one. There's not a lot near us. Is there a Fairlawn?
I don't think so. I think
Crocker Park.
Yeah, I'm not going the fuck out there.
There's not one in Legacy. Is that what you just said?
No, I said Fairlawn.
Oh, Legacy Village. Is there one out there?
I don't know.
Like in my mind, then based on that, like I put, would you put like Cheesecake Factory with like a PF Chang's type? Like they try to be the higher end of like the.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
They're a notch above the Applebee's and the TGI Fridays.
Yeah,
they try to be the higher end chain places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have been to PF Chang's. I didn't hate it. That was the first place I had tofu, and that was pretty decent.
I don't like it there.
I don't think it's all that good.
I didn't think it was terrible, but I think I'm not clamoring to go back.
Agree.
Before Perry could get fully dressed, Lyle called back and said that they needed to go back home real quick to get Erik's fake ID so he could drink. Again, really pushy about it. Like, you have to do what I'm saying right now.
Are we building an alibi? Is that what we're doing here?
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Perry gets to the Cheesecake Factory and he's waiting outside until 11:30 p.m. Now he's super pissed because they got him out of bed to go here and they no-showed him a second time.
Fuck yeah. Now I'm stuck at this shitty restaurant by myself.
He was already
wanted
in
to be in bed.
I'd be pissed.
I would have never got out of bed. Like, fuck you, Lyle.
So Perry was like, fuck this. And he was driving to their house to see what was going on.
Kicked their ass.
While Perry was driving to confront Lyle and Erik, a call came in to 911 at 11:47 p.m.
Beverly Hills emergency.
Yes, police.
What's the problem?
What's
the problem? What's the problem?
Someone killed my parents.
Pardon me?
Someone killed my parents.
What? Who? Are they still there?
Yes.
The people...
No.
Were they shot?
Hey, man, kill.
Were they shot?
Yes.
They were shot?
Yes.
102, 723 with Elmer.
What happened?
I have a sheriff at Tucson on. I'm trying to get students further. I don't mean that's funny. Is the person still there?
What happened? We have units around. What happened? Who shot who? And came home and found who shot?
You know what? They're still in the house. The people that did the shooting.
Get away from him. Okay. Hey, let me talk to Erik. Who is the person that was shot?
My mom and my dad.
Your mom and dad?
My mom and my dad.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, we're on our way over there with the ambulance.
Okay, I gotta go.
Oh. Hello, this is police department.
Yes.
Okay, I want you to come outside. Okay, you come out the front door and
my brother.
Seems a little phony baloney.
Interesting take. I'm learning all this for the first time. I have not heard that before.
Yeah, it seems contrived. Like, I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how I'd react in that situation. They could be distraught.
Yeah. It's just
They were very coddled their whole life. They never had to experience any trauma or, well, maybe they have, based on what they'll say, but
sure. Sounds contrived.
they have not had a lot of problems, it seems like, in their life.
I think that's fair.
Most of the hysterical stuff, like all that in the background, that's Erik doing all that. Regardless of what you think that they did, I fast forwarding a little bit, I think Erik is genuinely upset about this whole thing.
Struggled with what happened, no matter what it is.
Right. So how that 911 call ended with the police telling Erik and Lyle to come out of the house. When police arrived, they both just came running out of the house, screaming and crying. They ran through the front gate, fell near the street. Erik was completely uncontrollable, hitting his head off trees and stuff, while Lyle was screaming at him to calm down. At this point, all the police could get out of the brothers was that they saw smoke in the house, opened up the French doors to the living room, and saw Jose and Kitty shot to death. Get into the initial investigation and processing the crime scene. Investigators found that around 10 p.m. that night, a high school-aged girl was outside waiting for her boyfriend to pick her up. She lived in a house close to the Menendez's mansion. She watched as a small car pulled up and parked in front of the Menendez mansion, and two men got out of the car. One of them walked around to the trunk, while the other one walked towards the house. She didn't think anything of it. She just turned around, stopped looking that way, stayed waiting for her boyfriend.
And probably mob hitmen in their, Toyota Corolla? Little small car.
Sounds right.
Sure.
On the inside of the house, in the actual crime scene, investigators found that Jose and Kitty had been relaxing on the couch. And this is all the police's version of things.
Okay.
This is what they put together. That Jose and Kitty had been relaxing on the couch watching The Spy Who Loved Me.
Oh, second Bond movie of the night. Nice.
A lot of Bond references tonight.
That might be my favorite James Bond movie. It's a good
My
one.
favorite is GoldenEye for Nintendo 64. Play that all the time.
One of these days I'll watch one.
I don't think it could ever live up to the video game, so I might just keep with that. There's no way one of those movies could be as good as that video game.
Stop it.
No way.
It's ridiculous.
I'd be bored the whole time. Like, motherfucker, go this way. I know that's where you get the body armor and it helps your health get back up.
Jose was at one end of the couch with his feet up on the coffee table, and Kitty was laying under a blanket on the couch with her head on Jose's lap. A few family members testified that they had seen Jose and Kitty holding hands for the first time since college. So maybe Jose was loosening up a bit, or at least trying to.
Nice.
Yeah, not everything about Jose was terrible. 99% of it was, but there was a couple good things.
Wow,
said,
give
I
the guy a
guess.
break, Ian. Jeez.
So
1%.
Quick question, though. How do they know that's what they were doing, given what's about to happen?
The movie was playing still on the TV, and then the way that their bodies were found.
Okay. I'll ask my question again in a minute.
Investigators surmised that the two men entered through the French doors, which the entrance to the living room was behind the couch. The men then walked around the couch directly in front of Jose and Kitty, and each just started firing a 12-gauge Mossberg shotgun. The pellets from the first two shots hit Jose in both his arms and shattered the glass on the French doors behind the couch. One of the men then walked behind the couch and put the barrel of the shotgun to the back of Jose's head and pulled the trigger. While that was going on, evidence showed that Kitty stood up and began to turn away from the firing before being hit in the right arm and leg. At that point, she fell between the coffee table and the couch.
So that's what I mean. How do they know that they were like snuggling? Her body was found on the floor.
Maybe there was imprints in the couch or something that they could deduce that she was laying in his lap. It's a good question.
Because he is in the crime scene photos, he is sitting where they, he's still sitting.
Well, I don't think it makes a difference in the story. I was just asking how they knew that they were like holding hands and like she was laying on his lap.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's also the way that she got up, because a lot of her movements are from like her stepping in blood and slipping in blood.
They could tell the path she took to get to where they found her.
Kitty stood up so she fell between the coffee table and the couch, and she stood up and tried to get away, but she was hit with another shot that knocked her back down. Kitty was shot multiple times, brutal up close shots. Like there was one that broke her leg into a 45-degree angle.
Oof.
But she still wasn't dead. Kitty was still breathing. The killers had ran out of ammo, but they had more in the car. One of them ran out and grabbed a box of birdshot shells to reload with because they didn't have buckshot to use. Once they reloaded, one of the killers put the barrel of his gun right up against Kitty's face and pulled the trigger. The next injuries, we'll debate them later on, but in law enforcement's eyes, before leaving, the killer shot Jose and Kitty above the knees, which is a mob-style tactic. They called it kneecapping. It's a red flag for law enforcement because they knew for a fact that those wounds to the knees weren't the first shots. Kneecapping would be something that you would do to immobilize someone and torture them. You're not going to...
It's not a kill shot.
Right, you're not doing that on the way out.
Yeah.
And that's what these were.
Clue number one.
Today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Take a moment to think about a relationship in your life that took a lot of work. What did you do to make the relationship what it is today? Did you spend time working on yourself, or did you put effort into working on the relationship? A common misconception about relationships is that they must be easy to be right. But sometimes the best ones happen when both people put in the work to make them great. Therapy can be a place to work through the challenges you face in all your relationships, whether it be with your friends, colleagues, significant other, or really anyone. BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you that putting in the work to improve yourself will also help improve your relationships. Therapy empowers you to be the best version of yourself. And who wouldn't want to have a relationship with the best version of you? If you're thinking of starting therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try? It's entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time at no additional charge. Improve yourself and improve your relationships. Visit betterhelp.com/necro today and get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/necro.
Lyle and Erik weren't considered suspects at first. Investigators could have tested their hands for shotgun residue on the spot, but they didn't. The brothers agreed to go down to the station to answer some questions without a lawyer present.
What are you boys doing? Come on. Bad idea.
You must not listen to Necronomipod.
I guess not. Come on, fellas.
The shotgun residue thing is such a hindsight being 2020 because the case would have been solved right in that moment.
Yeah. They're Beverly Hills white boys. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Erik was only in there for about 20 minutes. He was still uncontrollably crying, so Lyle pretty much answered everything and was really calm about it. Both brothers, again, said that seeing the smoke made them open up the French doors to find their parents murdered, which confused investigators because they couldn't find anything that would have caused smoke besides the shotguns when they were being fired. But that smoke wouldn't have hung around long. When asked for thoughts on what could have caused this to happen or who could have been responsible, Lyle said the mob, that Jose dealt with a lot of shady people in the music industry, including a lot of elements involving organized crime.
Yeah.
The following day, investigators started to get suspicious of Lyle and Erik. The first thing was at 6 a.m. the day after the murder, such as like 7 or so hours, Lyle and Erik came back for their tennis gear, which police thought was weird. It's so quick afterwards. And then, after finding their parents brutally murdered, and also the fact that the tennis bags were in the room where Jose and Kitty had been killed, and Lyle was willing to go back in that room to get them. Police are like, typically, you wouldn't want to be in the same room as a brutal murder had happened just hours before.
Let alone going out and playing tennis.
Yeah, getting your tennis bag in the same room.
Weird.
Blood stains still all over.
These guys are dipshit.
Yeah.
Just dumb.
Just very coddled.
Yeah, they don't really understand how the real world works.
And on top of that, maybe emotionally stunted if there was some of that hardcore abuse that we'll get into going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no common sense.
When your father's able to buy your way out of anything, I think you kind of feel invincible. You're like, the cops aren't looking at us. We can do whatever we want. So
yeah,
let's go play some fucking tennis. They don't think it's us.
Living in that bubble.
Yeah.
Surely they won't look at us.
Exactly. They're out looking for mob hitmen.
Was the mob really involved in the music industry back in this time? Like, I've never really heard that. Maybe with like Sinatra, you hear about his connections. But like, this is like the, 80, 89, 90?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there's possible. Some shady
Martin Scorsese has never made a movie about that. So I don't think that exists. Because that is where my knowledge comes from.
It's a valid question, yeah.
Or was it just something, because what I'm getting to was Lyle just like, oh, we'll just blame it on that. And, I read a book and we'll shoot him in the kneecaps. And so they'll think it's the mob and we'll say that. Dad was a powerful man. Of course he was tied to the mob.
Well, this was a big deal in Beverly Hills because this doesn't happen.
Sure was.
It's a very odd spot for like the mob to just roll up.
Well, where a top CEO of a company like Live Entertainment just gets fucking blown away by shotguns.
Yeah.
So
people were freaking out.
Yeah, and there were a lot.
We have to lock our doors at night and our front gates and the gate to our neighborhood.
Yeah.
What?
There was a lot of like interviews with top executives from all these companies, and they're like, there are no mob ties that we're aware of in the music industry. Yeah. Like they were really trying to shut that narrative down.
Live was. Did you say? Who did you say?
Like everybody in Hollywood. all those top executives. And
Yeah, they're trying to cover their asses like, oh, we would never disrespect the mob like that.
Sure.
We respect them. They respect us. We stay in our lane. They stay in theirs.
We don't want to get kneecapped.
Please don't kneecap me.
Ow! Okay. Mafia Mike's on the scene.
Ow! Ow! I'm going to take your fucking kneecaps. Now I'm in charge of live. Ow! Insane car posse. They're not signed to a deal. Ow! You look at the sausage. That's what you say after you shoot him and then you make breakfast the next day and you say, look at the sausage I made.
the other big thing that the police got suspicious of was the money. The brothers were spending tons of money, more so Lyle than Erik, but it was a huge red flag for law enforcement. Get into the estate for a second. Jose owned a house in Calabasas that no one ever lived in, and then the Beverly Hills mansion. He had 330,000 shares of live entertainment stocks, which at the time were valued at $20 per share. Throw in the cars he owned, everything was worth $14 million. That didn't include life insurance policies. Both Erik and Lyle received an immediate $250,000 payout from insurance, and then there would be more to figure out with life insurance in the future as everything got settled, but they got this immediate payout.
Yeah. For carrying costs, just to get you by for a little bit.
Will last about a week, maybe. 4 days after Jose and Kitty's murders, Jose's personal life insurance paid out $650,000, and Lyle and Erik went out shopping. But like we said, mainly Lyle. Lyle wanted a new Rolex for the funeral. And he insisted that Erik bought one too. So $17,000 for 2 Rolexes and 2 money clips to match.
You can't buy a Rolex on a money clip.
Yeah.
Come on.
Obviously.
Are you new?
They need to match.
Which this initial purchase that gets brought up, I don't know that I see a problem with it. Like, they've been raised in this bubble where everything is appearances. Appearances mean more than anything.
Yeah.
And if you believe them, they're abused into the appearances meaning everything. So if they're like, yeah, well, he would want us to fucking look good, like, we're not going to go to this thing with old Rolexes. We're going with new ones.
Of course, you have to.
Right. But and then if you throw that, though, with everything else,
well,
then
yeah,
it's like,
it builds.
Okay. If it stopped there, sure.
Right.
I get that.
But it's not only that, it's the fact that you don't have any common sense to think it might raise a flag with police. You don't even consider it.
Dude, Rolexes pick up chicks. You're going to a funeral, your funeral crashing? Not crashing, but funeral picking up girls.
You get that sadness poon. You're like,
Yeah.
my
Pity poon.
died.
Pity poon. Get
poon.
that pity poon. You give one of those like 911 call type cries, and the girls are like, "Oh, let me nuzzle you in my bosom."
I need your pussy. My parents got killed.
And then it makes you look better. You got that new Rolex and a money clip to boot that matches.
Oh, what time is it? Let me look at my Rolex. It's time to fuck.
And again, a little credit to Erik, I think. Something that shows that he doesn't want to, that he had some reservations about this stuff. Lyle's Rolex was like the bulk of that purchase. It was all fucking super fancy. Erik settled for a stainless steel one.
Oh, well. What a guy.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to give Erik a little
stainless steel Rolex as well.
That also with the car we're going to talk about that he buys. Like, he just goes for like, I'm going to take something nice, but not great.
I'm not getting out of hand with this. Yeah. Lyle, on the other hand,
he's going to be a decent upper middle class man.
The following day, on August 25th, 1989, a very large and expensive memorial service was held for Jose and Kitty at the Directors Guild of America in Los Angeles.
Who put that together?
Live Entertainment.
All right, I would say these guys didn't.
No, that was Live Entertainment.
They wouldn't know how the fuck to do that.
Yeah.
Lyle and Erik showed up an hour late, and their demeanors were very opposite. Erik's face was all red and swollen, like he had been up all night crying. while Lyle was completely calm and just mingled with family and business associates of Jose. 3 days later, a traditional church service was held at University Chapel in Princeton. Lyle spoke for between 20 and 30 minutes about, how wonderful their parents were that they had lost, and Erik was too upset and crying to speak. There was also a third memorial service
What
held.
is this guy, Jesus? 3 services?
That one, Lyle and Erik completely skipped. They did not go to that, and the reasoning was that they were just too emotionally tapped out.
Yeah.
They couldn't do another.
Who was holding the third one?
Can't remember. If
I don't think I could do 3 funerals either if it was for
two's a lot.
Yeah,
you just need one.
Yeah, this one's good. Not that special.
What are you, fucking Catholic? You got 2 full days of this shit? You know how many of those I've been to? It's crazy. It's exhausting.
What's the 2? Oh, like the wake and
the whole calling hours, and there's a service, and I say this as a raised Catholic.
Sure.
It's like 2, and then the day of the funeral, you have like that little service at the funeral home before, and then you go to the church, and then you have the ceremony, and then from the ceremony, you go to the gravesite, and then you have a little service there, and then you go back to the funeral home, and that's where you have your luncheon.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And that's after the, 6 hours or so at the calling hours you did the day before. That usually ends with a little service.
Didn't they used to have 2 days of calling hours?
I remember that as well. Yeah, you would do like a Friday night, and then like a Saturday evening, and like a Sunday would be like the funeral.
Yeah, 3 days. Oh, too much.
That's a lot. Like,
just cremate me and be done.
And it's just emotionally taxing too. Like if that's your close loved one, like have to like do that, like that extra mourning for 3 straight days.
It's a lot.
You kind of just want to have the funeral and then move on. Like try to get past that and not have that burden on you for 3 days. And those people coming up and comforting you and, having to relive it over and over and over.
Yeah.
It's a lot for me, at least. If some people enjoy that, or that helps them mourn, fine. But in my experience, that is too much.
Yeah. I agree with you.
A couple of days later, Lyle and Erik met with top people at Live Entertainment to talk about the life insurance policy that Jose had through the company. Remember, Live had a $5 million policy to be paid out to Lyle and Erik in the event that Jose died. And Live also had their $15 million policy on Jose. Turns out Jose never got the physical required for the $5 million policy, so the insurance company didn't have to pay out. So everybody at Live was really happy. They saved $5 million on that, and then that $15 million insurance policy gave them the most profitable quarter they've ever had.
I bet it did. Damn. Couldn't even get the physical, Jose.
Jesus.
He probably didn't think his sons were going to kill him.
Probably not. Probably not.
Probably thought he had a little more time to do that.
Yeah. Kitty knew. She suspected.
She thought something was up. We talked about it just a minute ago, but the idea of there being some level of organized crime behind the murders had everybody in the entertainment industry scared. And Lyle and Erik decided that it was too dangerous for them to live in the mansion. So Live Entertainment paid for the brothers to stay at the Bel Air Hotel for 5 days while something more permanent was figured out. That bill ended up being $8,800 after limo rides and all that stuff.
Limo rides.
They found 2 connected apartments in Marina Del Rey to move into. Lyle's was $2,150 a month, and Erik's was $2,450 a month.
All right, not crazy.
But we're also talking 89 money.
Sure.
So I don't know what the conversion rate is like that.
You're also talking Marina Del Rey, though. Doesn't seem overly opulent. Like these boys are used to.
A little bit of a step down.
I would think
Still
so.
very nice, but a little bit of a step down.
Exactly.
They're slumming it for a little bit. They're slumming
They
it.
appear to be slumming it. Well, their dad fucked him. He didn't get the physical, right? Thought they were.
But do you
getting
think he
big
probably did
payday.
that on purpose too, a little bit? Because he was already debating not
Well, I mean,
maybe giving them money. So maybe he was just like, oh, I'm going to hold off a little bit and think about this.
But in his mind, it would have been Kitty that got the $5 million because it's unlikely they both would have been killed. So if anything, he got killed. It would have been Kitty as the beneficiary. So he shows you how
But did
much
he even want her to have
he
it?
gave
or?
a shit about her. He couldn't even be bothered to get a physical for a free $5 million policy.
I mean, it certainly didn't seem like they had the greatest relationship, so.
Yeah. Jerk.
What a jerk.
That's what I said.
What a real jerk.
Erik shifted all of his focus into tennis. He hired a professional tennis coach to just coach him one-on-one every day for tennis. It was like $70,000 a year, something like that. Lyle, on the other hand, hired bodyguards to protect him from the mob and was out shopping every day. $24,000 in new stereo equipment, $1,000 in suits, which he would try on and ask his bodyguards what they thought, like if, what they looked like on.
How does my butt look in these?
The bodyguards later testified that it was more like Lyle was palling around with them than them protecting him. Then on September 4th, 1989, Lyle abruptly told his bodyguards that he didn't need their services anymore. He told them that his uncle had worked out a deal with the mob and both brothers were now safe from any harm.
Oh, thank goodness.
Whew.
I was worried about those boys.
Did his uncle confirm this?
No.
Do we even know what uncle?
No.
Okay.
I'm not aware.
I'm aware of no such corroboration from any uncle, alive or dead, to this situation.
Starting to think this wasn't the mob.
Really?
I have questions.
Lyle had been traveling back and forth from Princeton to Beverly Hills nonstop, and he was trying to set up an investment company. He was going to call it Menendez Investment Enterprises. But because it's all about appearances, Lyle figured owning an investment firm meant that you should be driving a pretty sweet car. So he bought a $64,000 Porsche.
Did Lyle have any securities licenses or any experience running an investment firm? Or
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just one of those things like I'm just...
Yeah.
He was just like, I'm going to do this today.
Yeah. He's rich. He's going to do it.
Okay.
Lyle got a bunch of his friends together and offered them positions at his new investment venture. He then rented out an office for $3,000 a month and had it furnished like super fancy, like this decked out office. Nothing ever came of it. No one ever worked in it.
Goofball.
We talked about it on part one, but what Lyle really wanted to do more than any of this stuff that he had been forced into was to run a restaurant. That was his big thing right out of high school, and Jose told him no.
Yeah.
He planned to buy an already existing restaurant.
Smart. This guy doesn't have the greatest ideas, so maybe you should hop into something that's already working out.
That's thus far in 2 parts, probably the smartest idea he's made. It's not saying a lot because it's still a dumb idea to just jump into the restaurant business.
When you know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's saying, I mean, that kind of sets the picture for the fact that that's the smartest thing he's decided to do.
Yes, it does.
So he started looking around the Princeton area and decided that he was going to buy Teresa's Pizza. Lyle rolled in there all arrogant, like, here, you'll accept whatever offer that I offer to buy you.
You look at the sausage. He offered them sausage?
Sure.
The owner told Lyle to go fuck himself.
Of course
like,
he did.
Get out of here.
Dork. Get out of my pizza shop.
So Lyle tried again with Chuck Spring Street Cafe, whose claim to fame was buffalo wings. This time, Lyle made sure that he wasn't going to get shut down, and he offered the owner well over what it was worth and paid $550,000. Lyle and Erik had been spending so much of this money, but this purchase was too much. So they took out a loan on Jose's estate that would be paid back once everything was finalized with Jose's will, which their uncles were aware of this. Their one uncle, Carlos Baralt, helped them finance that loan against the estate. But he also had found Jose's 1980 will that said everything was in Lyle and Erik's name, but he knew that Jose had planned on writing them out of the will. So there was an effort going on to find Jose's updated will. Calls being put out to like every lawyer they could think of in Beverly Hills.
That he might have gone to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they're financing this if they believe there's a chance that they could invalidate the will and these boys get nothing. Not sure how smart that is.
I didn't even know that you could take a loan out against an estate.
Yeah, that's probably pretty complicated.
This is rich people things, though.
Yeah,
this is above my pay grade. I'm not in this tax bracket to have these conversations with a loan office.
Take a loan out against my estate. It's like fucking 2 weed vapes and some Pokemon cards.
Yeah, right.
How much do you think I get for that?
I got
Mr. Loan Officer.
Got a good collection of ball caps and presidential biographies. And that is it.
Lyle changed almost everything about Chuck's besides the wings, and he even changed the name, calling it Mr. Buffalo's. Everybody in the area is like, don't do that, because Chuck's is a very well-established name in this college area. Like,
brand
don't
identity.
Do that.
Mr. Buffalo's is a stupid fucking name, too.
Chuck's is way better.
Mr. Buffalo's.
Hi, I'm Mr. Buffalo. Yeah, it's dumb.
It's very
gimmicky.
Yeah.
You want a wing?
Well, I wasn't having it. He went ahead and changed the name. He had plans to open a location near UCLA and a bunch around New Jersey. But Lyle didn't understand the restaurant business, and he was losing a ton of money. Erik made an attempt to follow Lyle into a business venture and wanted to get into promoting concerts. He found a promoter and invested $40,000, but that person just disappeared with the money, and Erik decided that business wasn't for him and went back to tennis.
Oh, boy. These guys. They're lost, Ian. They're lost. They don't know what to do.
Lost boys.
Lost boys.
I think Erik is a lost boy, not so much Lyle. I think Lyle is just doing Lyle stuff.
It depends how you want to look at the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you think he's fucking guilty, then yeah, he's just a piece of shit and he's just trying to get away with whatever he can while he can. If he literally or legitimately lost his parents, maybe he is a little bit of a lost boy. At this time, I don't believe that, but
I think that's fair.
By the end of October of 1989, both brothers had spent well over $1 million, with Lyle being responsible for the majority of it. Investigators were just watching them spend, seemingly not grieve for their parents, and they definitely weren't interested in finding who killed their parents.
The thing about this is it's only 2 months since their parents were killed.
Yeah, you think we're talking like a year.
Exactly.
This is very fast.
Yeah, there's no grieving. There's no wrapping up matters of the estate and kind of plotting our next move, how we're going to move forward in this new, different world of ours. It's head first into
moving on.
Let's try to do this stuff that Jose was blocking us from doing before, being our own men type of thing. It's a little odd. It's very accelerated. And
it is. But if there was the abuse that I think we're probably going to get into that you've hinted at next week, maybe is that part of it? Or is it just, you know, they fucking killed their parents and they're moving on?
Yeah, I think it's all in how you view what happened.
Yeah.
What you believe is true and what you don't believe is true. Regardless, just to keep up appearances, though, you'd want to chill for a year. I don't know.
You would think if you did it, yeah, you would try to kayfabe that a little bit, right?
And even if you didn't do it,
and if you didn't do it, it'd probably be a little tougher than it is showing. Probably.
Yeah.
At least for Lyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should not be buying $500,000 restaurants 2 months after.
2 months.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Friends of Lyle's were starting to get suspicious as well, that there might be a real chance that the brothers were responsible for the murder of their parents. Lyle had told one of his friends, Glenn Stevens, that back on August 31st, he had paid a computer technician to look for and erase any mention of the word will from Jose's home computer. We will 100% be talking about this during the trial in part 3. But for now, Glenn told the police about this, so now they wanted to talk to Erik again.
I bet.
On October 24th, 1989, investigators interviewed Erik at the Menendez mansion in Beverly Hills. In that interview, Erik said that he didn't love how much money Lyle was spending and specifically said that Lyle was starting to act just like Jose. Investigators told Erik that it looked like Lyle was manipulating him, and if Erik didn't stop it, then there wasn't going to be any inheritance left for him. Which I don't necessarily think that was the police trying to drive a wedge in between them. I mean, I think it was to some degree, but I I think it's a pretty good assessment of what was happening.
Yeah.
Lyle was going to spend everything.
I think it was probably that, but also like a little bit of like, hey, we can help you if you help us.
Especially when
tell us what we want to know.
Yeah, and especially when he starts saying that Lyle's acting just like Jose did.
Yeah, like they found their in. Like, okay, we can break this guy. Like, we can get what we need out of him.
Yep.
They then told Erik that they were aware that Lyle had hired someone to delete anything that talked about a will off of Jose's computer. Erik left that meeting panicking. He tried to call Lyle multiple times, who was out in Princeton, but he got no answer. This meeting with investigators ate away at Erik for a week, and finally, without being able to get a hold of Lyle, Erik reached out to his therapist, Dr. Oziel, on October 31st. There are 3 different ways that this next part of the story is told. We'll get into the other 2 on part 3 during the trial, but for now, Erik got to Oziel's office and asked if they could go on a walk around Beverly Hills for a while and talk outside. Oziel asked Erik to open up about depression and the thoughts of suicide that he had been having, which Erik did. When they got close to being back at Oziel's office, Erik leaned against a parking meter and blurted out, quote, "We did it. We killed our parents."
Shocking turn of events. Never saw this coming.
I know. I tried to write it like kayfabe. We all know what happened here.
And this is per who? Dr. Oziel?
So...
Or am I jumping? If I'm jumping ahead, let me know.
No, you're fine, because I already said there's 3 different ways to tell this. So all 3 of the ways start out exactly like this. That Erik did lean, and Erik says that he leaned against the parking meter and said, "We killed our parents." Everybody agrees on that part. It's how the rest of it plays out.
Okay.
So
that everyone agrees happened.
Right, yes.
Almost like he's getting it off his chest.
He is definitely getting it off his chest.
Unburdening himself.
Yeah, he couldn't take it. And Lyle probably should have recognized that his little brother was not having a good time with any of this.
Kept an eye on him.
Yeah, not ignore him for a week.
In New Jersey.
But then what we're about to get into then is just scuzzy by Oziel.
Oh, Oziel is not a good person at all. He's
like, oh, get your brother here. Let's talk more about this.
And that's where...
I'm not going to call the police or do anything about it to help the situation.
So that's the spoiler alert. But that's the stuff we're going to talk about next week is like Oziel will say that when Lyle shows up, he was threatened. And Lyle's like, okay, well, you're going to shut up or we're going to kill you. Erik and Lyle say that never happened.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of questionable stuff about Dr. Oziel with his ethics, what he's willing to do.
Okay.
Back inside the office, Erik told Oziel about the Billionaire Boys Club TV series. He said that he and Lyle had watched it together, and afterwards they talked about how much they hated Jose for the fact that he controlled every aspect of their lives, was abusive, and now he was going to cut them out of the will. Influenced by the show, the brothers began to contemplate the idea of killing Jose. However, they didn't want to kill Kitty. If she didn't die with Jose, then the brothers still weren't going to get any money. At that point, Oziel stopped Erik and told him to call Lyle, that Lyle should be there for this conversation. Oziel called Lyle. Lyle was in Beverly Hills at the time, so he rushed to Oziel's office, like, what, shut up, Erik, what are you doing? But Erik just kept talking.
On the order, May.
Erik talked about their trip to San Diego to buy the shotguns, cleaning up the shotgun shells, and not being concerned about fingerprints since the crime scene was at their house. After the cleanup, Lyle, with Erik giving directions, drove Erik's car along Mulholland Drive, which was a quiet road going from the Pacific Ocean to the San Fernando Valley. Erik was going to throw up and told Lyle to stop. At that point, they hid the shotguns under some brush in a nearby canyon. Following this, they went to a gas station to throw away their bloodstained clothes, shoes, and the shell casings in a dumpster. All of that stuff we talked about earlier with the movies, the Cheesecake Factory, all of that was the brothers scrambling to come up with an alibi. But it wasn't working out. So they went back home and called 911. The other thing they initially thought, too, was that because they were in Beverly Hills, there was no crime there. pretty much.
Sure.
That when they're firing off shotguns, the police would just show up. That somebody would call and the police would come and they would be there like, oh my God, somebody fucking did this, whatever. They sat there for a while. Nobody called the police. So then they're like, oh, well, let's try this to build an alibi. So they built the whole alibi thing. That wasn't working out. So then they went home to call 911 on themselves.
These guys aren't the best at planning a murder, I don't believe.
They are not.
They don't seem to be. Thus far, if one is to believe they did it.
Oh, they did it.
We know that? Like they admit it? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
This confession,
Oh, okay.
this confession here is a real confession.
I see.
It's just, how do you believe the rest of this plays out? And then,
Maybe we talked about this last week.
yeah, like what? Then it's
Yeah. What were the rationale behind it? Were they saving themselves type thing? Was
Right.
the abuse as bad? Okay. Yep.
so. As Dr. Oziel was sitting there listening to Erik confess to the murders, Oziel's mistress, Judalon Smith, was outside the door listening, and that's where we'll pick back up on part 3.
What kind of secure office space is Oziel running here?
He's running a very interesting operation, especially with the added element of Judalon Smith.
Good Lord.
Because she has her version of events. That's why I said everything gets really fucking muddy from here on out.
It's quite a story.
Ian, anything else? Any final thoughts from part 2 of what you found?
I'm looking forward to talking about all this stuff in part 3, the trial stuff.
I feel like part 3 is going to be a real long episode, like a big,
There's going to be a
throbbing episode.
Yeah. There's, well,
When you put it that way, fella.
there's going to be a lot of debate on if we believe that they're telling the truth, what warrants,
You said at the start of the series that your opinion changed from when you came into this to when you started doing your investigatories.
Yeah, like if we would have covered this at the beginning of Necro, I probably would have thought differently than I do now because there has been some new stuff come out.
Last 5 years, then recent updates.
So we'll get into both sides of the defense, the prosecution. We'll get into the toupee next week. I thought we were going to talk about the toupee tonight.
The toupee.
Toupee or not toupee? That was the question. The answer was to not toupee.
Was that on air that we talked about dressing up like that for Halloween, or was that off air?
I don't remember.
Now it's on air.
You could be a Menendez brother. They have black hair.
Yeah, but I'm not shaving my beard. I can't do that, and I can't expose my fat face.
You can do all
We did
kinds
talk
of
about this on the internet.
good wigs. Remember when Dr. Phil had the guy from Bum Fights on?
Yeah.
And he went on with
Just
the
like-
Dr. Phil bald wig.
Yeah. And
So
questioned
funny.
Dr. Phil on the exact thing he was being questioned on.
Dr. Phil shot that fucking thing down.
Awesome.
He's like, you just need to leave. That Bum Fights guy's a piece of shit.
He
That
is,
that
of course.
is so funny.
That was funny, though. The picture's just fucking hilarious.
He shaved his head and just got the same haircut and mustache.
That's genius level there.
All right. Anything else on this one? We good?
No, I think we'll reserve judgment for next week. I have some thoughts. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it next week too, but I keep going back and forth on certain parts. I always like these trial of the century ones too, because there's like these just characters that are part of these trials all the time.
Yeah.
Like OJ had Kato Kalin and stuff. This one now has Dr. Oziel and Judalon Smith. Like interesting names too. Like Kato Kalin.
Always, of course.
Judalon Smith.
Yeah.
Wasn't Cato the one driving the Bronco?
No.
Who was that?
Al Cowlings.
Oh, stopped at McDonald's, right?
That was Kato.
Oh, okay.
The
That's
night
what I'm
of the
thinking
murders, yeah, he drove OJ to get Big Macs.
Okay.
All that killing makes a man hungry.
Yeah.
Had to set up his alibi with Kato.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed all that bread that comes on a Big Mac. All right. Before we jump into Patreon, I have a quick shout out to Melissa from Georgia, who sent us a vintage Jimmy Carter. I'm assuming it's bootleg because Jimmy spelled Jimmie instead of Jimmy. But it's a little bobblehead type thing that you push down and his fucking peanut comes out like a wiener. Everyone, I don't have to explain it to our listeners. They're all well educated to know Jimmy Carter was a peanut farmer from Plains, Georgia.
Yeah.
So it's a cool little novelty item. Thank you to Melissa for that. I posted it on my Instagram, so hopefully people get it. It's a video, so make sure you watch the video. It's a slow motion video of your 39th president getting an erection. You should watch that.
Well, and also a marijuana bag, Slick Willie, Bill Clinton marijuana.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, I got to look that up.
I got all
See if
excited
that's
about
a
the
real
Jimmy
strain.
Carter erection that I forgot about the Slick Willie bag. She's got all kinds of presidential, unofficial presidential merchandise down there.
Unofficial.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you for that. It's cool. We added it to our little merch shelf. Dave, what do you got?
Thank you to new patrons Terrell Rice, Lindsay Christopher, Queen S. Jess, Amy Angus. If she was in the military, she'd probably be a colonel. Colonel Angus. Remember Colonel Angus? Mike's new son, Alex.
Don't want to hear that. I'm going to see.
Hopefully he's 18. You're not getting child support bill.
Don't love that one bit. Please unsubscribe.
Lisa L., Ethan Harvey, Nuked Bunny, Mike, choke me like Bundy and eat me like Dahmer.
Okay. Where and when? And will your significant other be watching?
Buster Muffin Half Jr.
That's a good one.
Apparently his dad was the original Buster Muffin Half.
Was there another Buster?
That was his mom.
Oh, boy.
Ren J.
Remember when people just sign up for Patreon using their names?
Mrs. Hildebrandt's assistant, Ms. Dildo.
How's that spelled?
Dill, new word, DOE, dildo.
That's gross. That's not even fun.
John Fisher, Daniel Porter, Eric Brown, Sidra Tahir, Erica Franklin, Samantha Joy, Ryan Ashley, Angie Tibbs, Dion Hugie, Lucid, all caps, Lucid, Mike, Stephen Rash, Pernilla, Poops. Well, everybody poops.
Pernilla really poops, apparently.
Zoe Gonzalez, Brooke Munson, Sophia Isabella, Captain Cumbeard of the Congealed Seaman Fleet.
Ew.
Congealed. Gross.
That's a gross word.
Jacob Chase, Bobog, Casey, Alicia Heather, Kenneth Hoover, Dylan Standiford, Tom Echo, Ian's giggle makes me tickle.
Oh. All right.
Kodan Waring, Ophelia, Christina Trent, Joey, Amanda Hall, Dick is 12 inches and smells like a foot, a.k.a. Dixie Normus.
That's an old one.
Yeah.
That dude signed back.
Well, welcome back.
Or someone poached that name. I'm not sure.
That's a weird thing to poach.
What was it again?
Dick is 12 inches and smells like a foot, a.k.a. Dixie Normus.
I'm a little peeved he left us for a while and came back. Well, were we not entertaining for you? Did we not put out good content?
He's busy worrying how to tuck his wiener into his pants. He didn't have time to listen.
Fuck you, Mr. Enormous.
Mr. Hildebrandt, can I watch?
I don't know what you're going to be watching.
Amanda Christensen, Chef Boyard Dave, Raider Princess, Rosie made Dave say my name 3 times. Maya Parks, Liam J.H., William Sanborn, Michaela Carson, Kendra G., Hannah loves Mike more than Samantha loves Dave.
Wow, now they're getting more people involved in this.
That's something.
Oh, did Samantha end up winning the triple death cage match with barbed wire infused fire on the cage? Whatever else we set
I
up.
haven't heard from Samantha in a while. I don't know. Hopefully she's still out there.
Hannah's now the new queen of the ring. It sounds like
she topped her. Chelsea Rain. That's a porn name, huh? Chelsea Rain.
That's pretty hot.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Is Rain spelled Rayne?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good name. Me gusta.
And finally, Kelly Easton. New patrons, thank you so much. And welcome aboard. That's where all the fun stuff's at.
This was the fucking gimmick name night. Jesus Christ. We'll read your names if you just sign up normally, too. It's fine. Ian, what do you got?
He's Googling Chelsea Rain on Pornhub. He'll be back in a minute.
I feel real bad if that's just her name and we just now degraded her and made her a porn star. Apologies, Miss Rain.
For iTunes, I have one for Course. I'm assuming that's
Course?
Gorge.
Fucking bootleg Goofy. That's Save-A-Lot Goofy over here.
W Blue, Terry 274, and Kate Clow. Thank you guys for the awesome reviews.
All right. Anything else on your end, Dave?
No, sir. That was it.
Okay. Everything else to talk about tonight? We good? We all caught up?
I think we are.
We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod, patreon.com/Necronomipod for all of the bonus content, necronomipod.com, and amazon.com for all of our merch.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.